Every year for my birthday, I challenge myself by doing birthday squats, my special brand of someone whispering in my ear, Momento Mori. Birthday squats consist of my body weight on the bar as the weight and the number of years for the reps I have to do. I can do them rest pause because it's kind of a must, but I cannot put the bar down until I've completed all the required reps. If I do, then I've failed to meet the challenge and I only get one shot at it. It's just a wash for the year. The years I've been doing it, it's about 5-6 years now, maybe 7. I've only failed twice. Once because I've been so sick for 2 weeks that I could barely get out of bed and I just wouldn't put it off anymore because it didn't feel like birthday squats if I put it off another 2 weeks. And of course I tanked that pretty bad. And once last year because of lack of adequate training, because I couldn't get into training with all the gyms closed. There was just no point in even attempting it because it is an undertaking in even the very best of circumstances. Now, doing this keeps me humble, honest and objective with myself about my weight, my strength, and my athleticism. My body likes to sit about 275 pounds, give or take, which is not an incredibly large weight for me. Personally have to handle, except when you take into account the stamina it takes to be able to hold a bar for long enough to do 42 reps, it starts to add up really quickly. Usually it's about a 10-minute event to get through all the reps because I get through the first 20 fine, and then after that it's kind of a downhill run where I'm doing a couple reps at a time. But it keeps me honest, guys, and it helps keep my priorities in check as I realize as time goes on what I want to be able to accomplish. So why am I sharing this with you? Because it's time to take off the blinders for some of us, because you can only go through life with your eyes wide shut for so long if you want to achieve your goals. Now guys, I got a lot more to say on this, so let's get into it.
Be better tomorrow because of what you do today.
My name is Brent, and welcome to the Fallible Ma Podcast, your home for all things man, husband, and father. We provide content to help men become the men they want to be. Guys, why am I talking about Momento Mori? Well, the end of the year is truly upon us. Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead, is past, along with Halloween. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and Christmas is right behind it. I mean, 2021 is practically over. I remember when I was younger looking at it at the time in a very different way. 2 months was forever, but now Christmas might as well be tomorrow as far as I'm concerned. 2021 is almost done, and I'm all too aware of the commitments I've made, including the birthday squats I have coming up to get done before the end of the year. Now, that brings to mind and puts in perspective to me that there are a lot of things that I'm running out of time for. Now, maybe not in 2021, but there are a lot of things in life that we're all running out of time for, because time is finite, guys. My wife just celebrated her 40th birthday and was feeling that a little bit because 40 is a big scary number, or at least we all pretend it is. I don't know why we think that. With the common life being 86 to 90 years old, I don't think 40 is old. I think it's just getting running. In fact, I did an entire podcast out about it, and you should check that out. I'll put a link up in the video if you're watching that. And guys, if not, go back and catch that episode if you missed it. But we only have so much time. And that's what this has brought to light, because to be honest, I had totally forgotten about my birthday squats until I realized it's like, wow, it's November. I've got to start training. Now, let me say here for a full disclaimer, guys, birthday squats is a great challenge, but unless you've trained for high rep squats, and I think everybody should train for high rep squats, they're really good for you. But even if you do train for high rep squats, you should absolutely have a spotter and be in a full squat rack for optimal safety, because it will suck it out of you hard. Now, if you're such a stud that you can hit your body weight, or you're just that strong and that little that you can hit your body weight for your age really easily, bump it up. The Titan likes to use 315, so you can always try and use his weight and bang out, 315 for your however years you're old. That's where I got the idea, but I'm not up to doing 315 for 42 reps yet. So with November starting, I realized I need to start on my training program for birthday squats, because I have a program I use to get ready for it every year. I also realized with not much of the year left, time's just flying by. I used to think time went by so slowly, guys. But 2021 is just raced by. Maybe it hasn't for you. Maybe you have a different perspective on it. But for me, it's just blown through like there's nothing. And it's been a strange year. I mean, a really strange year, to say the very least. And I don't think we've weathered the whole storm yet for 2021. So that just pushed me into thinking about what's important to me and what matters to me as far as using my time and how my time is spent. Now, the time changes this coming Sunday for all of you guys who always get caught unaware like I do. I saw that on my calendar before I started recording, so that's the only reason I know. The time changes this coming weekend. And with the world going nuts, guys, I thought it would be a good time to throw some perspective here and share with you Memento Mori list. All people die, so you have to choose how you want to live your life. And I think these 5 things really help you define that with the time you have on this world. So check it out. Number 1, I want you to commit to action because life is too short for what ifs. We talk really big in this world, but very few people have the grit to take action. Don't be one of those people who talks but never acts, guys. You have goals, you have plans, you have desires. Great. Get off your hands and get to work. That's the only way they get done. And in our society, we become the ultimate crap talkers. Like, we got it down. It is a science to trash talk. And unfortunately, that's impacted the rest of our world. We talk a really good game, but when it comes to actually delivering, when it comes to taking action, that is a whole nother level of commitment most people never get into. My successes in life, I would say I've been successful. Maybe not by your standards, but by my standards, I've been very successful. I love my life. I feel very blessed in my life, and I'm very happy. Do I have everything I want? No, but I have enough that I know I'm in a good place and I consider it a success so far. Not a story that's done, but it's a success by my markings, and that's the best you can do. You can't judge the success of your life by someone else's success. And that's a lot of successes in one sentence. But my successes in life haven't been because I'm the smartest guy, the quickest guy, or the best. Any success I've had in my life has come because I was raised with an incredible work ethic. And what a blessing that is. Guys, get up earlier, work harder, work longer, make the necessary sacrifices, and you will accomplish your goals because other people are still in bed. They won't even show up. The truth is, most people are not willing to take the action necessary to succeed in accomplishing their goals in life. Just showing up puts you 10 times farther ahead than most people. Taking action puts you way ahead of the game. So I don't like you to use the word dreams and say chase your dreams because dreams tend to stay up in the clouds and that just doesn't work. Set your goal, build your plan, and take action. As one of my mentors says, punch fear in the face and hit record. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, he's a YouTuber. So it's very simple at this. You aren't ever going to be ready. And that's air quotes for all of you listening. You aren't ever going to feel like you are ready. You aren't ever going to feel like you prepared or planned. Sometimes you just got to suck it up and hit go. Sometimes you just got to hit record and turn the camera on, take the chance, take the step, whatever metaphor you want to use, guys, and just start moving forward. Everything else will fall in place over time. You will never be prepared enough if you wait till you are ready or prepared. It just doesn't work that way. So guys, stop procrastinating and start acting. It is the difference between success and failure in your life. Number 2, everything will fail if you don't take care of yourself, guys. Now, I used to laugh when people would say this to me. You have one body and it will only sustain so much neglect and abuse over time. I remember being young and dumb and listening to the old war horses tell me this in the gym and at other places. And when I say old war horses, guys, I'm talking about old men. And I use the term war horses with the deepest respect for these men. Because these are men who provided, they built, they stood, they worked, they busted their ass every day. Men who shaped a nation and a world. Men of every nation who did what they could to raise their families, contribute to society, and make a difference in the life they lived. And they did it without the benefit of the stores of readily available knowledge that we take for granted every day. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have a book under everything. You can get such a vast array of information that was not aware of them, but they worked. They worked hard. They worked broken. They worked emotionally broken. They worked tired. They worked hungry, and they put in the hours. These guys are amazing to me. I look up to a lot of these men. But I wish I had paid a little more attention when I was a little bit younger, because I don't regret the choices I made, guys. But your body will pay the bill for the choices you make later on. And I can tell you that because at 42, I have broke my spine twice. I destroyed my knees before I was 16. I have permanent damages to my shoulder, elbow, and leg. I live with pain every single day, and I go to the gym not to get jacked like a lot of you guys, but because if I let the muscle go, I'll end up in a wheelchair eventually, which may or may not still be my fate, but I'm definitely going to put off as long as possible, and going to the gym is how I do that. On top of that, being overweight makes life harder. It makes you more susceptible to all kinds of badness, all kinds of illness, including the one we're not supposed to talk about on YouTube, so I won't say the word, but you know what I'm talking about, guys. It's shaping our world right now. Makes you more susceptible to that damage. Instead, take care of your body now. Develop healthy eating habits. Eat nutritious food. Stop eating all the junk food. You're not a child. Build good habits. It's a whole lot easier if you use your brain and feed your body with good care, good nutrition, good exercise. It is way easier to build those habits than to recover and come back from all the things that are tearing your body apart because you aren't taking care of it. The injury that destroyed my career, or at least one of them, was because I didn't know the difference and importance of quality footwear. It's easier to maintain good habits than to rebuild from bad habits. And guys, arming yourself with knowledge, and there is plenty of information out there to help you learn everything you need to take care of yourself diet-wise and exercise-wise. Eat good food, exercise if you want a better life, and you will be more successful. Number 3, your mind is the most powerful weapon you are ever going to have for anything. Guys, I want you to invest time, effort, and energy into learning, and I don't mean going to college necessarily. There is so much you can learn without going on to higher education. And the longer I live, the more disappointed I become in our education system. I was never a college guy. It wasn't the best choice for me at the time. But I was never against college. I have a lot of friends who went to college and are very successful individuals. It is really good for some people. However, I've had some years now to gain some perspective, and I've seen a lot of college graduates that leave school with debt way beyond reason and degrees that aren't worthy of working at McDonald's. Guys, social sciences are crap. They will not take care of you. In fact, this will probably be unpopular, but I think that public education, like state schools that are publicly funded and receive public funds, should be defunded unless they get rid of all the degrees that don't translate to an actual living. As long as public funds are going to it, I don't think schools should be able to teach degrees that aren't going to make you a living and make it where you can pay back your debt. However, as a parent, I've also seen the failings of the school system at younger ages. Now, guys, I'm not blaming teachers. I know a lot of teachers, and I love them dearly. My sister's a teacher. However, the mandated curriculum they're required to teach isn't education anymore. We're not teaching our children how to think. We're not teaching them how to find facts and to consider and to contemplate. We're not teaching them to look at all of the information and draw their own conclusions. That's not education. But that's not an excuse to be dumb at this point. We live in the greatest era of information ever. There's no reason to not be intelligent and educated at this point. The internet age has made centuries of knowledge available to anybody who's willing to take the time and learn on their own. There's zero excuse, no excuse not to improve your mind. Between books and the internet, there's no limit to what you can achieve. I was a construction worker I moved into IT, I make a much better living, and I don't break my body anymore. Why? Because a friend of mine believed in me and he threw a book down on my couch and said, hey, read, learn how to do this. But I don't know how to do it. Fine, Google it and read. And guys, I taught myself enough to get into the IT sector by reading a book and looking online. And you can too. There is no excuse. There's nothing holding you back from getting a better education to be able to take care of yourself and live the life you want to in this day and age. Because sharpening your mind is the greatest weapon you have. It will make you more successful. It will make you more likable. It will help you achieve the goals you have. It will help you take better care of the people around you. Sharpen your mind. It is the prime weapon. And guys, we all die. So learn while you can. Use that knowledge to live the life you want to live. Now, if you're getting something out of this, be sure and do the social media thing for me. Click the like button on whatever platform you're on. Leave us a review. Share us with your friends, guys. That's the greatest compliment you ever give us. Leave comments on whatever platform you're on because I love to read your comments and I always reply to them. I love to hear what you have to say. It's one of the reasons I'm doing live streams now as well. Guys, we're going to roll to our sponsor and we'll be right back after this.
Today's episode brought to you by thefallibleman.com. That's right, it's us. Head over to www.thefallibleman.com and check out our blog, updated twice a week with new content and links to all of our social media offerings. Tag or search us at The Fallible Man or at Fallible Man on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social medias for daily content. While you're there, check out our attitude swag, shirts, cups, stickers, and more. Again, that's www.thefallibleman.com.
Welcome back. We're here with a reminder, Memento Mori. Remember, you die. Cheerful, right? As we wind down 2021 in this last stretch of the year, I want to gain some perspective. Time runs out, so stop wasting your time. You are not too successful and you are not so far gone. You can afford to waste your time, your energy, and your efforts, guys. You need to be smart about it. I don't want you to be afraid of dying. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm not saying you're going to die tomorrow, and I'm not saying 2021 is the end, okay? That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the perspective that you have a limited amount of time on this earth. So it's up to you to capitalize on it and use it the most effective way to achieve your goals in life. Now, if you missed the first half of the show, guys, go back and pick up number 1, 2, and 3, but we're rolling on to number 4 with prioritize your time and energy on actual value. Now, guys, it's the funniest thing because I've never actually met somebody who wished they spent more time at work and more time on social media. I was going to say Facebook, but not everybody's on Facebook. Maybe you're on Instagram. Maybe you're on Pinterest. Maybe you're on another platform. Goodness knows there are more than enough of them. I'm at The Fallible Man on 8 different social media platforms, guys, not counting YouTube. Isn't that crazy? I can't even keep up with all. I just have the accounts. If you follow me on those accounts, I'm sorry if I don't post enough for your taste because I'm working on 8 accounts and social media and a podcast and a website. So, guys, but whatever social media you're on, I'm at The Fallible Man there, except for Facebook, who screwed me over, and I'm just at Fallible Man on Facebook. But check us out wherever you are, guys. We got stuff for you on all those platforms. But I've never met anybody who wished at the end of their life that they spent more time on Facebook or on Instagram. I don't know anybody who died wishing they spent more time at work. It is incredible how sucked into these platforms we have become. It has become our life. It's become the sum of who we are sometimes. That's the sad thing because it's not who you are. If you spent more time on Facebook than you have in actual conversations one-on-one with your friends, something's wrong. If you're spending more time at work than you are with the people you care about, something's wrong. Balance isn't there. You haven't found the right setup yet for you. Now, do I understand those? Yes, I spend a lot of time at work. I spend a lot of hours working, guys. You can ask my family. I work a lot of holidays and I work a lot of extra hours. But I understand we have to pay bills, but that's not who you are. I was actually just having this conversation yesterday with a fellow I met, and he asked me, what I did. It's like, well, I do this to make a living. And he kind of gave me that look. So I explained, it's like, that's not who I am. That's just what I get paid for, because I've learned to separate that from who I am. Likewise, you got to spend your time and energy on what you think is important, on what matters to you. Well, it's probably not work. It's probably not social media. You aren't going to miss more time on your phone, are you? Guys, I revealed in one of the previous episodes when I was talking to, oh man, I feel bad now. I was talking to Dr. Heim in an interview, Dr. Christian Heim, and you should check out that episode. I revealed in that episode that I found out that I had spent an equivalent of 3 years of my life playing a video game. Guys, that was a crushing realization. I generally don't have a lot of regrets, but I believe that you're a culmination of all your experiences, good and bads, but I have a hard time not regretting a great deal that I lost 3 years of my life to this. This isn't 3 years that I was achieving anything in the real world. I was playing a game that I won't call out by name, World of Warcraft, but there's a feature in that game where you can type a command and find out how long you've played a character. Well, I did that and added it all up, guys, and it culminated in 3 years of my life. That's insane. How is that a priority on time? How is that? That's just wrong, guys. If you start to audit your time, all I can wonder is how many times did my wife question whether she was my priority or the stupid game was? How many times did I neglect friends who wanted my time because I was busy playing a game that has no bearing on the real world? Guys, you have to prioritize your time, because there is always something wanting to steal your time. And if you're not getting value from it, okay? If you're not adding value to your life, it's not growing who you are, it's not benefiting your life, it's not benefiting your family, it's not helping you accomplish your dreams, then spending time doing that is stealing from you. It's taking. It's not adding. Ask yourself, when you get to the end of your life, what will you have wished you had spent more time doing? And after you come up with that answer, guys, because that's a deep question, when you find that answer, I want you to start finding a way to do that now, because that's the way you need to be prioritizing and spending your time, not on all these other distractions. And there are so many distractions. I have to be really careful. I try not to open Facebook other than to post, because it is so easy to go down that rabbit hole and lose hours of time. That time is critical. It's not making my life better. It's not improving my status. It's not raising my income. It's not making my kids' life better. But it sure is an easy way to lose hours and hours, which translates to days of your life. All of those applications are designed to be addictive, because your time is the commodity. So be really cognizant and prioritize your time and your energy on actual valuable things, because we all die. And someday you will too. So how do you want to have spent your time? Now, number 5 may take you by surprise, guys. This one may seem a little strange, but number 5 is I want you to serve other people. And if that seems a little strange to you, then let me elaborate. If it makes perfect sense to you, you can skip to the end if you want, but let me elaborate, guys. You only have so much time in this world, so why would I tell you to serve other people? Well, the most meaningful thing you're going to do in your life is to help other people. Now, that takes a lot of forms. That may mean helping your friend to move a couch, or that may be helping feed people in need. It may be volunteering at your local school, or leading a scout troop, or with your local church. You could coach junior sports teams, or you could help mentor someone to success in the field of profession you are. Maybe you're just incredible at what you do, and you can help mentor other people up to that level, because there's always somebody at a lower level than where you're at that you can help bring up. Do you want to find out what you're really made of? Who you really are? What really is important to you? What matters? Do you need perspective in your life? Serve other people. I live in a tiny town, and one of my daughter's friends is living at another friend's house because his other choice is to live in a van with his mom. No child should ever have to face that choice, guys, but this is not Chicago. This is not New York. I don't even live in Seattle. We have people who are living in their cars in a tiny rural American town. There's no end to people who are in need. There are people in need everywhere. And you don't have to go serve the homeless. You don't have to go work in a soup kitchen. I'm saying you need to help other people in some way. It's not a city problem. It's not a section of the country problem. It's an everywhere problem. There's likely someone in your neighborhood who needs help getting groceries. Maybe they need help financially getting groceries, or maybe they just need help physically. Their cars broke down. Maybe they're older and they have a difficulty carrying their groceries from the store into their car. Well, that works, but then they have to get them because they've got, people pushing carts and helping at the store. But who's helping them carry the groceries inside from their car to their fridge? That's really difficult for some people. I know some people who can't get out at all, and they have to have their groceries delivered and put away because they can't do it. Maybe it's an injury, maybe it's a disability, but there are people in your world, guys. There are people in the world around you, in your neighborhood, in your community, that need help in some way. There's a little kid who needs somebody to look up to. And if you've been on this channel long at all, men, I am calling you out. This is your role. This is what you are meant to do. You are meant to help that person. You are meant to help that young person have somebody worth looking up to. You're meant to be that man. Now, guys, there's someone out there who would love to have the knowledge that you have to help them grow. There's somebody out there who would love to have a life like yours and just doesn't know how to get there. You will never find out more about yourself or gain better perspective on everything than when you serve others. You'll also never find more fulfillment. Guys, this maybe seems like a strange topic, but it's time to take off the blinders and walk into your life with eyes wide open. Remember, time may be running out for 2021, but I'm not saying the world's coming to an end. But the reality is, all of us die. Live your life in a way that your sons want to be you, that your daughters will accept nothing less than the example you've set for their future mates. Live your life the way you want to live your life and lead by example. Prioritize your time. How do you spend your time? Prioritize who you spend your time with. Prioritize taking care of yourself so you can live the life you want to. Prioritize what is important to you. Weigh what matters, because you have a finite amount of time in this world. Do you really want to waste it staring at your phone? Do you really want to waste it on social media? Do you really want to waste it pursuing things that don't matter at the end of the day? I think it's time we get some perspective on that. And remember, Memento Mori, you're going to die. So in the meantime, be better tomorrow because of what you do today. We'll see you on the next one.
This has been the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for everything man, husband, and father. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a show. Head over to www.thefallibleman.com for more content and get your own Fallible Man gear.